Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear student of first prep, today we are going to solve questions for April revision. We have starts to revise for Unit 2 and some of parts of Unit 1. They have Lesson 3. We will revise for the next, or this is the second time for revision. Let's start with our questions. We have the first question. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. We have the first question in our exam. A student has expressed the chemical reaction between nitric oxide and oxygen by the following equation. We have nitric oxide, its symbol NO as a compound, and oxygen O2 to produce nitrogen dioxide. Which of the following substances or the sentence is correct about this reaction happen? Okay, we have the first one. The equation expressed the law of constant ratio. Do you think it will be balanced that express any equation? Okay, the equation is not balanced. I think that we must to make it balanced, we have to put 2 in front of NO and 2 on the reactant. Okay, let's complete our choices. The equation express a direct combination between two compounds. No, one element and the other is compound. The product compound causes greenhouse effect. No, that cause greenhouse effect will be carbon dioxide. Okay, so the right answer will be the equation is not balanced. The equation is not balanced, as we have here that the not balanced or not make the law of constant weight ratio. Okay, let's going to question 2. Which of the following oxides are produced from the fuel burning? We have the oxide that causes or we use it in fuel burning. We have carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide and magnesium oxide and the nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide and aluminium oxide. Okay, we said that we have what causes the pollution here, or what produced from fuel burning. We will have oxide. Oxide of what? Oxide of nonmetal. So we have the first one here, that we use it in burning. We use sulfur in burning and also we use carbon. Okay, that we make it cause burning, or oxide produced from fuel burning. We have carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide. Okay, these are the two compounds that we produce from burning of fuel. Okay, we have another question. The electromagnet consists of coil of an isolated or insulated wire made of material. No, we wanted to know the material X. We wanted to know material X wrapped around a rod of material Y. Okay, we have here, we wanted to know the material of wire, and also we wanted to know the rod or iron rod, as we know. Okay, so we wanted to know the material that we made from it. Which of the following choices indicate each of the material X and the material Y? Okay, we have choices A, B, C, and D. Material X and the material Y. We have wrought iron and copper, steel, aluminium, copper, aluminium, copper, and wrought iron. Okay, I think we know that the right answer will be, we made wires from copper. We have C and D, but we have the materials that we use to make the iron rod or wrought iron, as we said, wrought or soft iron. That is the material that we use to make the electromagnet, and we make a coil from copper wire here, a material revolved or insulated and wired, revolved around the what, around the, or wrapped around the wrought iron bar. Okay, so the right answer will be letter D. Let's going to question 5. Question 4, sorry. Let's going to question 4. Question 4 says that what prevents a car driver from hitting a windshield of car? Okay, when applying the brake suddenly. When we use the what? that prevent us from causing injuries when sudden happen inside the car. We use safety belts, inertia, friction force, or gearbox. Okay, we said that we use something that stopping the force of what? Of inertia. We use the safety belt. We use the safety belt. So the right answer will be letter A. Question 5 says that when a car has a speed of 70 kilometer per hour, so the speed of its driver is 0, 70 kilometer per hour, more than 70 kilometer per hour, less than 70 kilometer per hour. Okay, that we said the speed of the car or the driver make it as obtain the same speed of the car, so the speed of the driver the same will be 70 kilometer per hour. Okay, let's go into question 6. Which of the following is a pneumatic musical instrument? Pneumatic means that depend on what? Depend on the use of mouse with floating or making a air from your mouse inside it. We said it a pneumatic musical instrument, kind that we use depending on the making air inside it. Okay, we have violin, guitar, lute, or flute. We said that we have the flute is one of the pneumatic musical instrument that depend on the using air to make the sound inside it. Okay, this is the right answer. Let's going to the second exam. We have 5 exams of El-Moaser today. Let's going to the second exam. Second exam says that which of the correct answer from A, B, C, or D? Which of the following is not direct combination between an element and a compound? We said we have here all of them have one or single product, so we must fix it or concentrate to solve them. Okay, not a direct combination. We have here 2s2 2SO2 plus O2 give 2SO3, 2NO plus O2 that causes 2CO CaO. Also we have 2CO plus O2 that giving 2CO2. Okay, what happened here? We said that we have what? We have a kind not make a direct combination, so we have the right answer will be what? The right answer will be letter C, as it make a burning here, so it will make a indirect or not a direct combination between an element and the compound. We have here element and element, calcium and oxygen, so it will be not the right answer. We have here all of them are compound here, all of them are compound. We have SO2, calcium, NO, and CO. All of them are compounds that reacts with oxygen, but the only one is an element that reacts with oxygen, only the calcium. Let's go into question 2. What is the what is the disease that has a high percentage of smokers get? Okay, what is the disease that getting or we obtain from what? From the smoking or the smokers get. We have lung cancer, we have colon flattens, we have irritation the nervous system, and the blindness. Okay, we have a different kinds of diseases here, but we know that the only ones that causes from lung cancer. Okay, we have the lung cancer that getting from the smoking or the any kind of pollution of air. Okay, let's go into question 3. If the mass of a body is increased to double the weight of this body will. Okay, this is a very important question. We said it different times. Okay, decrease to half, increase to double, remains constant, equal to half. Okay, we said that we have question with different answer here. We said that the mass, as the mass increase, the weight will increase. So this is a direct relation. Why is this a direct relation? as we have the mass of it will be increased, as the relation will be with weight and what. And question 4 says that water is transferred from the soil to plant leaves by the effect of, we have the gravity, we have the vital forces, inertia and the friction force. Okay, we said that if the water wanted to get inside the plant, or the plant wants to absorb water to the leaves, we said that we have vital forces, or we called it biological forces. Okay, we said that we have the effect of biological forces or vital forces, or we take it in the previous year, we take the pushing forces upward. Okay, it is against the gravity or the gravitational force. Let's go into question 5. The opposite diagram shows a wall clock. What is the type of motion of each of the pendulum and the clock hands? We have here the pendulum. Pendulum means that this one below, and the clock hands. Okay, motion of clock hands. We said that clock hands, when you see or when you look inside your watch, you see that the arrows of the clock moves what? Moves. Let's see. We have the pendulum motion and the clock hands motion. The first one, oscillatory motion, wave motion, and the second one, wave motion, circular motion. We have the third one, oscillatory motion, circular motion, and the last one, transitional motion and periodic motion. Okay, the first one that express the pendulum, we have oscillatory motion. Okay, but the other one that make clock arrows or clock, that watch hand, inside the watch hand, make it what? The circular motion, as it regularly repeated circular motion that express what? That express the arms of the hand clock motion. Okay, let's go on to question 6. All of the following are electromagnetic waves except, we have all electromagnetic waves travel in space with high speed, as they are transverse wave, but only the waves that travels in the medium, that needed a medium to travel through, we have what? We have a mechanical wave. So we have what? Which of them? We have X-ray, light waves, radio waves, and sound waves. We have the right answer here, except the sound waves will be the right answer for this question. It's not an electromagnetic wave. You see that sound is mechanical wave that needed a medium to travel through. So we didn't hear sound explosions at space. Why? But we can see only flashers making in the sky. Why? As sound doesn't travel in space. Sound needed a medium to travel, air or gases or liquid or solid. Okay, it's the right answer for the question and the second exam. Let's go into the third exam of our revision today. Okay, question number 1, exam 3 says that choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Okay, the first one, the concept of breaking down and formation of bond is expressed as, we said that we make any reaction between two compounds or between two substances by breaking down the bond between the molecules of the reactant and forming a new bond between the molecules of the product. So we will have what? We will have the chemical equation. It is the first one. We have the chemical reaction, law of conservation of mass, law of constant ratios. So it will be, the right answer will be chemical reaction. Chemical reaction, if expressed in a symbols, we said that we have chemical equation. If we make it balances, we have the law of conservation of mass and law of constant ratios. Okay, let's go to question 2. Which gas causes building erosion in industrial areas? We have carbon dioxide, sulfur trioxide, nitric oxide, and carbon monoxide. We said that we have only one that causes erosion or corrosion for the building inside the industrial areas. We said that we have one effective that present inside the water areas or in the coastal areas, that we have one thing that coming out in the air from the seawater or due to the presence of water vapor in the coastal areas that coming out making the erosion for the building or industrial areas, that we have what, that we have sulfur trioxide, that we have sulfur trioxide in industrial areas or in the coastal areas, as we take inside the book, surrounding the coastal areas or the areas surrounds the sea, that we have building corrosion, and we see like white blotches on the buildings that making a corrosion for the building as sulfur coming in the air and making reaction forming sulfur trioxide. This is acidic oxide that causing erosion or corrosion for the buildings. Also it cause malfunction for what, for respiratory system, and some of them making inflammation for it. Okay, let's on to question 3. The device that convert mechanical energy into electric energy. We said that we have what, when electricity is cutting, we have electric generator. We have electric generator that used when there is no electric current or we wanted to make electric power station. We have electromagnet, we have electric generator that change from mechanical or kinetic energy into electric energy and produce electricity. But electric motor depend on the presence of electricity. It take the electricity and or it is a reverse to it. It take electric energy and convert it mechanical one. We have electric lamp convert from electric to light. Electromagnet change from electric into magnetic. Okay, let's go to question 4. Question 4 says that which of the following is not a daily observation of inertia? Okay, we want one is wrong. Rotation of electric fan when it is plugged. This is the first one. Pushing of passengers forward when the bus is suddenly stopped. Rushing of passengers backward when the bus suddenly moves. Falling of football player downward is tripped during running. Okay, I think we have here one make not a relation with inertia. We have relation to the converting from electric energy into kinetic energy. So the right answer will be letter A, rotation of electric fan when it is plugged. When we connected it to the electric energy, so it will convert from electric energy into kinetic energy. Okay, it is not has any relation with inertia force. Okay, let's go to question 5. The opposite figure illustrates the motion of a body. We have a motion here from X to W. We have the first one from X to W. Okay, we make passing by Y point and Z point. Okay, what is the type of this motion? We have motion but not a straight motion. We have a wave motion, relative motion, transitional motion, or periodic motion. Okay, we have a start point and end point. We said that we make any kind of motion in between. We said we move from this to this. We said that we have a transitional motion. Transitional motion means we have a start point and end point, any time between them not considered or any distance between them not take in consideration. Okay, let's go to question 6. Which of the following electromagnetic wave is used to sterilize the surgical operation room? We want to make a sterilization for the surgical room. We use X-rays, visible rays, ultraviolet rays, or infrared rays. Okay, X-rays said before that we use in photographing bones or use in seeing the holes inside the raw material. So it depends on photographing all these or inside anything that we want to know structure. Okay, visible light or visible ray that we use it to see us ultraviolet rays or ultraviolet waves, that we said that we have high frequency. Okay, we said it is a kind of waves that make high frequency and make sterilization or killing the bacteria, and they are using in making sterilization for surgical rooms. So it is very important. Infrared waves that used in heating, as they have a thermal effect, that we use it in microwave. As we know, we have this kind of ray giving high heat temperature. Okay, this is the third exam. Let's going to exam 4 of our revision today. Question 1 says that choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Which of the following equations indicate the direct combination reaction between a metal and non-metal? We have only metal and non-metal. The first one, sulfur and oxygen in the first, so they are non-metal and non-metal. Calcium and oxygen, yes, it is the right answer. Carbon and oxygen, no, they are both non-metal. Nitrogen and oxygen, also both non-metal. So the right answer will be letter B. It's a relation between calcium and what? And oxygen. Calcium is a metal that making a reaction between oxygen that giving calcium oxide. Okay, let's go to question 2. The increase in the ratio of sulfur trioxide in the atmospheric air leads to, okay, we said that we have a sulfur oxides or sulfur dioxide and sulfur trioxide. That causes what? Headache and feeling faint, respiratory system malfunction, raise in the atmospheric temperature, or nervous system irritation. Okay, we said that it causes two effects inside the area our we have. One of them affecting the buildings that causes erosion or corrosion for the buildings. The other one, it causes respiratory system malfunction that for people that suffering from inflammation. Okay, let's go to question 3. All of the following sentences about the strong nuclear forces are correct except for being responsible for or responsible to bend the nucleus constituent together, used in medical fields, used in generating electricity, used in military purposes. Okay, so we have all of these are correct except what? Except when we want to make medical fields. Medical fields depend on the weak nuclear force. Medical fields depend on the weak nuclear force, but the bending or increasing the component of nucleus or atoms and generating electricity military purposes, that depend on the presence of what? Presence of strong nuclear forces. Okay, this is the right answer for this question. Please study hard the difference between strong and weak. Also weak we use in making researches and medicine. Okay, it's a very important one, and using electricity. Okay, so also strong uses in electricity, but we have the difference here between each one. In the medical field is weak only in medical field. We have the weak strong force or weak nuclear forces that we use in medical field or researches. So we have in medical field one in the weak nuclear force, not strong nuclear force. Okay, let's go to question 4. Question 4 says that when a ball is pushed on the ground, its speed decreases gradually until it stops due to, okay, due to inertia, nuclear forces, friction forces, electromagnetic forces. Okay, we said that we have what? We have the main force depend on motion of the anything until it stops. It depend on the inertia. No, it depend on the friction force. Depend on what? Depend on the friction force. Okay, we said that there is a friction between the ball and the ground. It will causes it to push on the ground and return it back again due to the friction force between the ball and the ground. Okay, which of the following are mechanical waves? We said that we have which of the following are mechanical waves. We have water waves, radio waves, We have two opposite to each other. We want only two are mechanical. We have radio and sound. We have water and sound, and the last one will be microwaves and radio waves. We want to know which of them are mechanical waves. We want the mechanical means depend on the presence of medium. We have water waves and sound waves. We have water waves and sound waves. Water means depend on the presence of motion and also sound. But here water and radio, one of them electromagnetic or electromagnet waves and the other is mechanical, and radio sound, one of them electromagnetic and the other is mechanical. Here we have two are both are what are electromagnetic. So the mechanical two that we have, letter C, water and sound waves. The last question of our exam: a person stands at 2 meters to the west of a point X, what does the point X represent? Okay, we wanted to know the point X represent what? Rest point, friction point, reference point, and center of gravity. So we want to know the rest at a point X. We said that the west at the point X, we said that we have point X, it is the point that we will make that that person stand on it. So we wanted to know where he will reach. So it is, we called it reference of point or reference point. We said it is a reference point as it will return back to it, or making a start again from it. Return to it or making a start again from it. So it will be what? It will be a reference point. So it is the last question of our exam. Let's go to another question and another exam. Question 1 from the last exam, exam 5 today, that we have. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. We have sodium reacts with chlorine gas according to the balance equation. We have sodium and chlorine. Sodium is monovalent, but chlorine is also monovalent, but it present in the nature as diatomic element. So when reacts, it will be in the case of, or we will write below the symbol 2, Cl2. So if we make a reaction, we take Cl2 and we must take 2 atoms of sodium to make the reaction balanced or to make the equation balanced. So we have 2Na plus Cl2. That will give what? That will give molecule, or that will give 2NaCl. That will give what? 2NaCl. The right answer will be the letter C, 2Na plus Cl2. That giving what? That giving 2NaCl. Okay, let's go to question 2. If the masses of hydrogen and the oxygen atoms are 1 and 16, mass of hydrogen 1 and the mass of oxygen is 16 respectively, and the mass of molecule of a compound MOH by 3 is 78. Okay, thus the mass of the element M is, okay, we wanted to make a subtraction. You will have here all of these. We have 3 atoms of oxygen, so we will multiplying 3 times 16, 3 times 16, and also we have 3 times 1. Okay, so we make a subtraction, 78 minus the addition of 3 atoms of oxygen and 3 atoms of hydrogen, make subtraction to them. That the right answer will be 27. So the right answer will be 27 when we make subtraction to them. Okay, question 3 says that if a body has a mass 26 kilogram and its weight on the planet Uranus is 200 Newton. Okay, we have here the mass on the Earth, or mass or any place, and mass, no, weight on the Uranus. Uranus, we have the weight on it 200 Newton. What is the gravitational force on Uranus surfaces? Okay, we wanted to know the gravitational on it. We have the rule that weight equal mass time acceleration gravity or any planet. So we will make a division. We want the gravity, we will make a division, weight divided what? Weight divided mass. We take the weight 200 divided the mass 26 kilogram, so it will give 7.669 meter per second square. Okay, so the gravity on the Uranus planet will be 7.69 meter per second power 2. The right answer will be letter C. Let's go to the last question, or the last 3 questions of our exam today. Question number 4 says that all of the following are disadvantage of friction force, except we wanted to know the disadvantage of friction. One of them not belongs to them. Transfer of motion, loss of mechanical energy, overheat the mechanical parts or machine parts in contact, erosion of gears. Okay, all of these are the harms of friction force except one. Except what? Except transfer of motion. Any transfer of motion or transitional motion not causing harms or disadvantage, okay, or defects from the friction force. Okay, let's go on to question 5. Says that what is the relative speed measured by an observer moving with the same speed and in the same direction of moving object? Okay, we have here the one of them move and the other move. They have both have the same speed and the same direction. So the real speed of the object, okay, time observer speed, or 0 the real speed of the object, the real speed of the object plus observer speed. Okay, we have a rule that making the relation between the relative speed means the relative of observer moving and object real moving. Okay, we make addition for it. But here we make like copy between each other. You and R, you here and another one move with the same speed and same direction. Both of you feel you are not moving, or we said that the difference between you 0. There is no difference. But in fact, if we make a difference between any two objects, one of them measure, but one make a speed higher than the other, also they are in the same direction, we have relative speed equal object speed plus observer speed. Okay, this is the rule. We have the relative speed equal the relative object speed plus observer speed. This gives the relative speed. But here there is no difference between them. The difference between them equals 0 as they move with the same speed here and same direction. Also, if we have opposite direction, that make a negative between them. So the relative speed in case of opposite direction make real speed of the car minus observer, as it will be the observer moving or make the motion in the opposite direction of the movement. Okay, you will study these rules in the third prep in details. Okay, let's go to the last question of our exams today. The internal structure of metal crystals is studied by using. We wanted to know, I said this question several times. Okay, we said that we have one that giving what? That giving the photo inside the metals or photo inside the body that we will make. Remember, look at it by the photo. We have what? We have X-rays, we have ultraviolet rays, infrared rays. Ultraviolet means that we use in sterilizing the surgical operation rooms. We have infrared rays that we use in what? In heating or in seeing the difference inside the or behind the barriers, as they give a high difference, making a thermal effect. Visible rays, we see anything around us, but we wanted to see inside anything, inside our body, inside materials, inside anything, that we use X-rays. This is the last question of our exam today. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoy all the kinds of questions that we solve together. Please, if you have any question, try to contact us. We have both ways of communication. You can see all the video of revision on the channel, Chemistry and Science Lovers. And also, I hope you enjoy these questions. Please keep in touch, and I hope you, all of you, success. Good luck and goodbye.